Welcome to Elections 101 in 5, brought to you by Yaga Africa and supported by the UNDP. On this show, we focus on simplifying the complex aspect of Nigeria's electoral process. My name is Samson Itodo, and let's get rolling. What is the margin of lead principle in elections in Nigeria? We went to the streets to ask Nigerians to test their knowledge about the margin of lead principle. And here's what they told us.
The meaning is that we have to reason before we vote for someone.
Nobody said I did not know, but let us tell us more now.
If the gap is much, reading will not be that possible.
No, sir, I don't know.
Very interesting. I don't blame people when they provide wrong answers because the electoral process is quite complex, and this is why we simplify the electoral process on this show. Now, the margin of lead is a difference between the votes scored by the winning candidate and the second place candidate. Margin of lead measures the competitive nature of elections as well as the strength of candidates or a political party. So for an election to be conclusive, the margin of lead between the two leading candidates in an election must not be less than the total number of voters who have collected their PVCs in polling units where elections are postponed, voided, or where elections did not hold. Now, if the total number of voters who collected their PVCs in polling units where elections are postponed or elections did not hold, if the total number of those who collected their PVCs in those polling units exceed, in other words, if it's more than the margin of lead between the two leading candidates, INEC will not declare a winner until supplementary election is conducted in those affected polling units. This is the margin of lead principle. And the reason is simple. It is assumed that the result from those polling units where elections were either cancelled or they did not hold or they were postponed, the result from those polling units will affect the margin of lead if the number of registered voters who collected their PVCs in those polling units vote. So, for instance, if candidate A is leading candidate B with 100 votes, in other words, if the difference between candidate A and B is 100 votes, an election was postponed and cancelled or elections did not hold in 5 polling units with a total of 150 voters who collected their PVCs. Then the margin of lead principle will apply, as no winner shall be announced until a supplementary election is held in those polling units. In other words, 150 is above the 100, which is the difference between the two leading candidates. And you know, this played out in previous elections in Nigeria, like the 2018 governorship elections in Osun, where a winner was announced only after a supplementary election. There are several conditions that will warrant the postponement, voiding, or cancellation of an election. And they include things like non-deployment if INEC is unable to deploy, if the beavers fail to accredit any voter in the polling unit, or there's electoral violence resulting to the disruption of elections in those particular polling units. And that is the margin of lead principle. Now you know the margin of lead principle and how it applies in Nigerian elections. If you have any question or any topics you want us to treat, please reach out through all the handles displayed on your screen. You can also watch previous episodes on our YouTube channel. Do not forget, collection of PVCs is ongoing at INEC local government offices, and it will end on January 22nd, 2023. Please do not wait until the last minute to collect your PVC. That's Elections 101. Thank you for watching. I am Samson Itodo. Remember, your vote can make a difference. Use it wisely. Bye for now.